you can give it to a lineman is you got to fumble it. He cannot take it and hand it to the
national championship for Nebraska.
Home run ball. Jackson has it. The All-American tight end is going in, and Oklahoma takes the lead. Here's Homer Jordan lofting the six-pointer. He's got it.
Lofted to the end zone. Touchdown, Nelson. Millhouse on the flip and into the record books, West Virginia.
Welcome to Inside the Orange Bowl. I'm Andrea Ocampo.
And I'm Dieter Kurtenbach. Thanks for joining us as we break down everything leading up to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl.
Yes, it's college football season again, and what better way for the ACC to kick off their season with big wins against the SEC. The Clemson Tigers took on the Georgia Bulldogs and solidified their bragging rights early in the season, defeating the Bulldogs 38-35.
But Andrea, it didn't stop there. Longtime rivals Florida and Miami played a high noon showdown at Sun Life Stadium, and our Danielle Lynn was there, and she has the Metro PCS Spotlight Game of the Week.
The Florida Gators are once again taking on the Miami Hurricanes here at Sun Life Stadium for another intense early season matchup. The Canes haven't played the Gators since September of 2008, when then Gators receiver Louis Murphy dubbed the University of Florida the new U. Of course, that heated up the rivalry just days before UF's 26-3 victory. Here we are 5 years later, and with no known future for this historic in-state rivalry, today's victors may very well have bragging rights for years and years to come. University of Miami is on top 14-6 over the Florida Gators. It's been a really even-keeled game here, guys. The ball's been moving back and forth really easily. Both teams are really progressing on the field. But what's detrimental for the Gators is they have 3 red zone turnovers, of course causing the Canes to be up at the half. Miami Hurricanes came out victorious 21-16. Head coach Al Golden called the offensive side of the ball a war, which it was, but prior to today's showdown, it was Miami's defense that was in question. That wasn't the case today, however. They showed up big time and they had a huge impact in today's victory. Now let's go to Al Golden and see what he has to say about his team's win.
It was almost cathartic, to be honest with you. It was like 26 months just unleashed there in the last 4 or 5 seconds. So proud of these guys, Again, I think, you guys watched us grow. We couldn't handle this setting a year ago. We started to catch on a little bit by the time we got to Florida State. And then we played better against Virginia Tech. And obviously, because of the intensity of this one's a level higher.
Congrats to Coach Al Golden and the Hurricanes for jumping off to a great undefeated start to the season. Beating an SEC opponent like Florida is never an easy task, but the Hurricanes pulled it off, and they're looking to prove to the rest of the nation that the U is back.
Yes, indeed, Dieter. And everyone knows you can't represent the ACC in the Discover Orange Bowl without a great quarterback under center. And the ACC has an abundance of upper-class signal callers. You just saw in this week's Metro PCS Spotlight game, Stephen Morris from the University of Miami.
For Stephen Morris, it's all about experience. All this player did in his first year as a starter was set the Miami single-season passing yards record, beating out the likes of Testaverde, Torretta, Kozar, and Dorsey. Morris has all the tools: NFL arm strength, mobility, and high football IQ. Over the summer, he gained a ton of national attention after winning the Manning Passing Academy. Not only is he on several watch lists for the best quarterback and best player in the country, it doesn't hurt beating an SEC team like the Florida Gators to get your name on Heisman watch lists.
Certainly a tough act to follow, but maybe the best in the conference is Taj Boyd, leader of the highly ranked Clemson Tigers.
As we mentioned earlier in the show, Boyd led the Tigers to a win over top 10 Georgia team. He's a two-time first-team All-ACC selection, and he is a favorite for the Heisman Trophy right now. First in Clemson history in passing touchdowns, first in passing efficiency, and second in passing yards. And talk about a winner, he is 24-6 as a starter.
The first two guys are household names, and now let's shift to the quarterbacks you should probably start to recognize as the season moves on. Bryn Renner from North Carolina was quietly the third best passer in the ACC in 2012.
That's right, and you can thank Larry Fedora's spread offense at North Carolina for Renner entering the season with the highest career passing efficiency rating in ACC history. He's a 3-year starter for the Tar Heels, and he entered the season with 54 touchdowns to only 20 interceptions. 2012 ACC Honorable Mention player, that's nothing to shake your head at in a conference as good as the ACC. This 2013 All-ACC and All-American candidate is another quarterback in this conference who made the O'Brien and Maxwell Award watch list.
Our next quarterback to look out for is a bit of a journeyman. Tom Savage comes to the ACC along with the Pittsburgh Panthers due to conference realignment, but this isn't the first time he's been on the move.
You would think that a 6'5", 230-pound quarterback wouldn't have a hard time finding a school, but Savage began his career at Rutgers. He was a 2009 Football Writers Association of America freshman All-American selection, but he would transfer to Arizona after the 2010 season. He never played it down for the Wildcats, and now he's at Pitt with 1 season of eligibility remaining. All he's done so far for the Panthers is set the ACC all-time record with 6 touchdown passes in a September game at Duke.
And wrapping up our list of some of the ACC's top quarterbacks, the future of the Atlantic Coast Conference is definitely in good hands as a redshirt freshman from Florida State Seminoles has put the country on notice.
We're talking about famous Jameis Winston, and he had major shoes to fill with the departure of first-round selection E.J. Manuel. The kid is not shying away from the spotlight. He was the top quarterback coming out of high school a few years ago, and now he's thrown his name into the hat for the Heisman Trophy. He could possibly be the second redshirt freshman to win in a row, following in the footsteps of Johnny Manziel. We knew all about his arm from watching him suit up for the Seminoles baseball team, and now we know he can get it done on the gridiron. He's smart and he's accurate. In his first 2 games, he threw for more touchdowns than incompletions. The ACC looks to be loaded at all positions this year, but especially at quarterback, and that's going to guarantee us a fantastic road to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl.
And of course, we all know that this talent has to start from somewhere. When we come back, we will give you a preview of tomorrow's stars right here in our very own Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance presented by Sports Authority.
So glad you called. Thank you. We're not in London, are we?
No, why?
Apparently my debit card is.
What?
I know.
Don't worry, we have canceled your old card.
Great, thank you.
In addition to us monitoring your accounts for unusual activity, you could also set up free account alerts.
Okay.
At Wells Fargo, we're working around the clock to help protect your money and financial information.
Here's your temporary card.
Welcome back.
How was London?
When people talk, great things happen.
When he thinks he's still 24, but his knees don't agree anymore. We are here for you.
When her chest gets a little tight and you need some good advice.
We are here for you.
When life happens, Florida Blue is here for you with a variety of health plan options, health and wellness consultants, fitness programs, local agents across the state, and much more. Florida Blue, in the pursuit of health.
American Airlines has been a proud sponsor of Orange Bowl for over 17 years, and with good reason. Orange Bowl's unwavering passion to give back and help the people of South Florida. From youth sports and organizations like Special Olympics and Make-A-Wish to providing scholarships that make it possible for young people to realize their college dreams. American Airlines shares that passion and is proud to support everything Orange Bowl does for the community. Let's all keep doing great things together.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl, and the fun has just begun as we get ready to highlight one of my favorite parts of the show, our next generation of superstars. Now in its 15th season, the Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance, presented by Sports Authority, recently kicked off their 2013 season as well.
That's right. The Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance serves over 16,000 young football players and cheerleaders in 10 different leagues across 8 different counties. And these kids are gearing up for their very own Orange Bowl championships. So these young, dedicated athletes start their training early to get an edge up on their competition. As a matter of fact, you were there, Andrea, and you had a chance to meet some of these great athletes at the NCAA Youth Football Clinic hosted by the Orange Bowl, and it was held at FIU Stadium. Let's check it out.
I'm standing here with Coach Turner. Now tell us, Coach, why is it important for FIU to reach out to the youth in our community to empower and educate them for the next generation?
Well, I think that's what it's all about, teaching young people. That's the business we're all in, even at the level we are in college, but especially these young kids, giving them some inspiration, giving them some hope, giving them some things that they can look forward to in their lives. I mean, that's really what it's all about, working with young kids. I love it. And tell us, what type of skill sets do you teach your First Division players that you're going to be teaching your youth athletes today? Well, I think the biggest thing is, teaching them some football things, some skills, some fundamentals, quickness, agilities, all those kinds of things that relate to the game of football. But the biggest thing we're trying to teach them is just doing the right thing, and respecting one another and handling yourself in the right manner. And what are the key things you want the youth to take away from today? Have fun. Have fun, work hard, have fun, and believe in yourself. That's the big message I tried to give them, to believe in themselves. Don't ever let anyone tell you can't do something. You can do anything you want to do, accomplish whatever you want to accomplish if you believe it and you stick to it, and that's the message we tried to give them. Well, thank you so much, Coach. The future definitely looks bright here. No question about it. It's great having them on our campus, and we appreciate the Orange Bowl putting us on and giving us an opportunity to host the event. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. This is just another example of how the community comes together to ensure our youth understands the importance of character development and good sportsmanship. I don't know about you guys, but that football clinic has been ready to hit the gridiron. Until then, I'm Andrea Ocampo inside the Orange Bowl.
Looks like you guys had a great time at FIU while the kids learned some of the fundamentals from college coaches.
As you can see, we all had a blast that weekend, but that was just the beginning. Now fast forward to the 2013 youth football season as the competition heats up on the gridiron. We highlighted some of these exciting teams in the Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance presented by Sports Authority.
Friday Night Lights featured a playoff atmosphere. 120s, 10 Miami Colts taking on the South Kendall Gators. Gators coming right at you out the gates, making it 6-0 in the fourth. 10 Miami Colts responding, however, as Jason Contreras roughnecks his way into the end zone. And if it works once, why not do it again on the extra point? Colts up 7-6. Gators trying to sneak one right by the Colts, but the Colts are having none of it. Christian Herrera takes the jump ball, and he's gonna go stopped by a Gator before he does. Gators, after a 3-and-out, however, finally capitalizes. Kevin Smith airs it out, shows you he's got the accuracy in the cannon. Rasad Sawyer saves what would have been a Gators touchdown, but Kevin Smith gets it done as the very next play finds Michael Wilbon. Gators win 13-7. A rare Tuesday night of action in the 12 and unders as the Miami Gardens Bulldogs were taking on the East Miramar Dolphins. We pick it up in the second half where East Miramar's threatening, but everyone's covered downfield. So Tariq Sparks calls his own number, and he's gonna Houdini his way through the whole Bulldogs defense before getting into the end zone for a touchdown. Fourth quarter now, Bulldogs looking to respond, and boy do they ever, as Malik Nairn finds Dimitri Jean in the front of the end zone. Closing seconds, it's the East Miramar Dolphins' last chance, and they take it on a screen pass the distance to force the overtime. First possession of the overtime, Bulldogs take the ball, burrow their way in, get the lead 19-13. Dolphins response now, they're gonna cock back and chuck the rock. but Moshe Ferguson's going to shut it down. Bulldogs win 19-13.
Man, with plays like that at the youth level, the future of football is in great hands.
If you thought that was fun, stick around. When we come back, we'll roll out the orange carpet as we relive some of the special moments at the Orange Bowl Impact and Excellence Awards, presented by Florida Blue and supported by Publix Supermarket.
Your wireless world is about to be rocked. Metro PCS is here. Everything you want, $40, period. All the 4G speed you need, $40, period. Unlimited data, talk, and text on a nationwide 4G network. Even taxes and regulatory fees are rolled in. It's the power of the period. Everything you want, $40, period. Only at Metro PCS. Wireless for all.
Experience the bold side of water. Sparkling ice, bold flavor, 0 calories, perfectly possible.
Hope will grow. Muscles will ache. Battles will rage. Faith will deepen. Greatness will prevail. Moments will amaze. Fans will rejoice, and new rivalries will emerge. This is ACC football.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl, and we're excited you tuned in to enjoy the journey to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. But beyond the game itself, the Orange Bowl reaches and impacts the community in so many positive ways.
That's right. Over the years, the Orange Bowl Committee has been able to give back millions of dollars to the South Florida community through its economic impact, supportive events, organizations, and causes. And that's along with its support of intercollegiate athletics and higher education. And oh yeah, I heard that they can throw a pretty good party.
You've got that right, Dieter. The annual Orange Bowl Impact and Excellence Awards, presented by Florida Blue and supported by Publix Supermarkets, better known as the Obies, is an evening dedicated to acknowledging and celebrating those who have made a difference in their community. Early this year, we were able to take part in the festivities at the Broward County Convention Center. On May 17th, the Orange Bowl and its members got dressed up and rolled out the orange carpet at the Broward Convention Center for the 11th Annual Orange Bowl Impact and Excellence Awards, otherwise known as the Obies. Hosted by Tony Segreto this year, the Obies are an event to reward those athletes who have succeeded both on and off the field, and also those who have made a significant impact in their communities. The first awards to be handed out were the Orange Bowl Scholarship winners. This year's winners were Takavia Gullett from Booker T. Washington, Danielle Deshomes from John L. Leonard, Katie Laporte from Boca Raton High School, Nathaniel De La Fosse from South Broward, Marissa Fisher from MacArthur High School, and Carlos Moncada from Miami Senior High. The first major award was the Orange Bowl Junior Courage Award, which goes out to a youth athlete who has displayed courage on or off the field. This year's winner was 12-year-old Naquan Wright.
Last December, 12-year-old Naquan Wright led the Miami Gardens Bulldogs 125-pound team to victory in the Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance Championships, which alone is very impressive. But what many do not know is that just a little over a year ago, Naquan and several of his teammates were victims of a drive-by shooting. 4 were wounded, including Naquan. 1 bullet hit his upper torso, exiting through his left shoulder and miraculously missing his vital organs. He spent 4 days in the hospital with his family, his coaches, and his teammates all by his side. Naquan suffered nerve damage in his left arm and needed 6 months of physical therapy before he was cleared to play football. But his resiliency and determination to recover and play the sport he loves were truly remarkable. And he did just that.
After handing the award over to Naquan, the next award handed out was the Orange Bowl Amateur Sports Leadership Award, which goes out to someone who has made a major impact on amateur and youth sports. This year's recipient was Mark Wandolo, who has worked as a head coach at high schools in South Florida for the last 27 years. The next award, Orange Bowl Community Service Excellence Award, was given to Mark Bunaconti for his work with the Miami Project and its work with spinal cord injury research. The final award, the Orange Bowl Keith Tribble Impact Award, which is given out to someone who has made a significant impact on the South Florida community. This year's winner was Twan Russell for his work with his Russell Life Skills and Reading Foundation. Twan then spoke about the importance of giving back.
You know, for everyone that's here, it's our responsibility to give back to this community. And if you're not leaving your fingerprint on this world and you leave it, I think we're all doing South Florida a disservice. And I challenge and encourage everyone to please give to a point to where it hurts. Because when you're gone, your legacy is all that you have. And I pray that we in South Florida have the best legacy in the world, because everything we do is about the people here. So when people come to South Florida, they'll know that we smile and we love them, and we can only do that with the people in this room.
After handing out the awards, the Orange Bowl award money to the Special Olympics and Make-A-Wish Foundation. The night closed out with Orange Bowl member Wayne Schutz, who introduced the new Orange Bowl Leadership Academy.
The Orange Bowl Leadership Academy will provide our OBYFA youth, football players and cheerleaders with an opportunity to learn more about careers and leadership and personal skills to be successful not only on the field, but especially off the field. The Academy's curriculum will be geared towards fostering self-esteem, confidence, personal awareness, work ethic, character, and other attributes designed to develop the leaders of tomorrow.
After all the awards were handed out, the night concluded with an amazing performance by Belle Biv DeVoe.
The Obies definitely looked like a great night of fun. Congratulations again to all the award winners.
And let's not forget, a special thanks goes out to Belle Biv DeVoe for capping off the night with a high-energy performance that got everyone to their feet.
Now, when we come back, we'll find out what makes being part of the Orange Bowl committee so special, from someone who's been behind the scenes of the Orange Bowl since he was a little boy.
Inside the Orange Bowl is brought to you by Sports Authority, American Airlines, Doctors Hospital, Florida Blue, Fox Sports Florida, Sun Sports, Hampton Farms, Metro PCS, Nike, Sparkling Ice, Sun Life Stadium Miami Dolphins, the Miami Herald, Toyota, Wells Fargo.
When he thinks he's still 24, but his knees don't agree anymore. We are here for you.
When her chest gets a little tight and you need some good advice,
We are here for you.
When life happens, Florida Blue is here for you with a variety of health plan options, health and wellness consultants, fitness programs, local agents across the state, and much more. Florida Blue, in the pursuit of health.
Hope will grow. Hearts will race. Voices will rise. Teams will triumph. Champions will emerge. Trophies will hoist. Tears will flow. And memories will forge. This is the ACC.
I built this.
You did?
Yeah, I built this park.
Come on, Dad.
Remember last year when I took you to that Orange Bowl football game?
Yeah?
Well, all the money from those tickets went right back into the community to help restore this park, Orange Bowl Field at Moore Park, and coming soon, Ives Estates in Miami-Dade County.
So, did I help build this park too?
I guess you did.
Well, Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl. Now, Andre, I don't know about you, but I've had a great time today. We've been able to recap the great start to the ACC season, check out some of the best quarterbacks in the country, and check out the future of football in this country with some of the Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance highlights.
Yes, I agree, Dieter, but you can't be mad at a girl if my favorite part was getting dressed up and walking the orange carpet, seeing the faces of the kids as they won their top awards and their great concert at the Obie Awards show.
One of the things the Orange Bowl is most proud of are its legacy gifts, which impact the community for years to come.
In January 2011, the Orange Bowl cut the ribbon on Orange Bowl Field, a much-needed youth football stadium and facility at Miami's inner-city Moore Park. It was the culmination of a $5.65 million legacy gift initiative that the Orange Bowl spearheaded in recognition of its 75th anniversary in the 2008-2009 season.
Celebration of the Orange Bowl double hosting the 2013 Discover Orange Bowl and the 2013 Discover BCS National Championship game, the Orange Bowl continued its legacy gift tradition by partnering with the city of Fort Lauderdale to invest $3 million to renovate Joseph C. Carter Park. Now, of course, this is just scratching the surface of what the Orange Bowl Committee does year in and year out in the South Florida community. But for a more in-depth feel, we were able to catch up with Andrew Hertz, the 2013 president of the Orange Bowl Committee.
You know, one of the things that I loved about Orange Bowl when I was growing up, my father was a member since 1981, so starting with Clemson and Refrigerator Perry. And so my introduction was getting to meet someone like Refrigerator Perry, who was the largest human being I'd ever seen at that point. And experiencing through that, and then obviously we had the championship game with the University of Miami the next year, next couple of years, and it was just wonderful to see how the community worked together on events like Orange Bowl. And so I learned very quickly from my father about community service and about, you know, you get a lot out of the community by living here, and you've got a, you know, an obligation to give back. And so there's, you know, many different ways you can do it, and everybody can do it in their own way. And so working with and working on Orange Bowl has been part of mine. And so I've been on the committee for 14 years now, and I have the pleasure of serving as president this year. My father's a past president, and so I got to see him go through it. I worked for the Orange Bowl while I was in college, and so I've been to the Orange Bowl games as a spectator, as an employee, as a member, as an officer, and it's the most wonderful experience no matter how you go.
We want to thank Mr. Andrew Hertz for spending a little time with us here on Inside the Orange Bowl, and we definitely want to thank you for joining us as we take you on the road to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl game.
And as we mentioned before, with the ACC being so loaded in talent this year, it's definitely shaping up to be one of the most exciting years of college football in a long time. Make sure you tune in next time when we'll be showcasing our Where Are They Now segment, highlighting some of the ACC's top talents who played right here in our very own Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance, presented by Sports Authority.
For Inside the Orange Bowl, I'm Andrea Ocampo.
And I'm Dieter Kurtenbach. From all of us here, make it orange.